Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Do you ever start filming and then you realize as soon as you start that your lips are like really dry? So I said in last week's video that I would be doing a talking sort of video talking about like just life stuff, essentially a life update, but like kind of specific to my life post-grad in this horrible world we're living in right now. You know, spoiler, it's not very fun, so I'm sorry if you came here for a fun, positive time. It might not be that. I don't know. I don't really try to take things too seriously if I'm being completely honest, but there's some times in life when things are just hard and you kind of need to admit that to yourself, and there's no real getting around that, but I don't know. What am I saying? So essentially, I'm just gonna be doing my makeup for you guys today, and talking about my life post-grad. I'm specifically going to do my makeup surrounding like this little blush palette. This is the My Melody and grwm Wet n Wild blush palette. They came out with like a whole collection. Wet n Wild did a whole collection of My Melody and grwm, and I wasn't really feeling like any of the eyeshadow palettes, like they weren't particularly like speaking to me, but I love this blush palette, and so I'm gonna do a really pink sort of look. So this is a look I'm gonna be doing. It's a little complicated, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to do it well, but we shall see. Also, yeah, you may notice my skin looks like crap, and my eyebrows are unplucked, and I was not gonna pluck them for a video. Be kind to me, please. I'm trying my best here. Just like last week and every week from now on, there's gonna be a social awareness spotlight in the description, so check that for any petitions, donations, anything that may need your attention. And if you guys have any recommendations, like even if you're like a small business, like I would love to shout out small businesses in that space too. Please let me know. Please contact me. Yeah, alright, let's get started. I'm gonna start by putting my hair back because it's still drying. I really... my dark circles, they're so bad. I'm so sorry. Alright, so I'm starting out with this e.l.f. Blemish Control Face Primer. God, where do we begin? I guess I'll just start in January. So January this year, I was like, I don't know, I can't say I was in the best place. Although like, I did actually go to a concert in January, which is insane to think about. The fact that I was in a room with like 20,000 people is nuts. But I went to see 17. They on their O2 tour in New Jersey. Yeah, I saw them at Prudential Center. And that's like literally the only good thing that happened to me this year. And had I known that, I would have cherished it even more than I did, like when I was there. Because believe me, it was such a fun time. I loved that concert, and like I can't think about it too much. I will literally cry because it makes me so happy. That was during winter break, and then the next week I went back to school. Some kind of unfortunate things happened when I was at school. I'm not really going to disclose that on the internet though, because it's really no one's business but mine. So because of that situation, I was already feeling pretty like not like myself. I was actually really depressed. Like I was very not good in January. I'm trying to figure out how she did this eye look. It looks difficult, but I'll try. Alright, I'm gonna start by priming my eyelids with with some concealer. That fan is blowing my bangs all around. Oh yeah, my fan is going. I'm really sorry if you can hear it. There's really not much I can do about that. In February, things did start to look up for me personally. I got a job. At, well, I probably shouldn't say where, but I really enjoyed the job that I had. I got it in like the middle of February. It was just a part-time gig, but like it was really fun. I really liked it. And then, you know, how should I say this? I don't think Well, do you get demonetized for saying it still? I don't know. Basically, coronavirus started to get bad in New York State very, very quickly. Originally, the plan was for me to, go on spring break and then come back to my job in March. So we're in March now. As you do. Like, spring break was only supposed to be a week, and then we were supposed to go back to campus. So, literally the day before spring break, the day before we were supposed to leave, was when Governor Cuomo announced that all New York State, public schools, which my university was a public university, would have no in-person classes for the rest of the semester. And then that made me freak out. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to move out. But then my university was like, oh no, you guys can stay in your dorms. So I was like, okay, bet. So when I left for spring break, I told my job I'd be back, and I didn't bring all my stuff with me because I thought I'd be coming back. Midway through spring break, midway through the week, we get an email that is like, yeah, no, actually we changed our minds. The situation's so bad, we can't have you guys back on campus at all. We need you to move out of your dorms and skedaddle. Needless to say, I was pretty heartbroken because like I said, I really liked my job and I liked my living situation. I loved my roommates. I didn't want to leave. And also, it was my senior year. That was my last semester of university ever, and it got interrupted by COVID. So, yeah, I was really, basically, spring break just turned into the longest spring break of all time, and then you're done with school. Essentially, that's what happened. We never went back to campus. I didn't get to say goodbye to any of my friends. I didn't get to properly say goodbye to my job, which I feel horrible about. Yeah, it was just really not fun for me as a senior. And so that's just the stuff with school and my previous job that I still miss. I wish I could go back. I really liked it. That's just that stuff. Oh, actually, that's perfect. So I think I'm going to be using Spiced from the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette. It's so ugly looking. I've only had it for a month. I don't know why it's so decrepit already. Oh my god, I dropped this palette yesterday and there's a streak of blue in every freaking color because I was trying to grab it and I just smeared all the colors around. I'm such an idiot. Okay. So I'm just going to take Fuego, the peachy color, and then put that kind of everywhere and just blend it out. Yeah, we'll do that. So aside from school things, I had an internship I was supposed to do in New Jersey. It was a paid summer internship at a very, very good publishing company, and I was very excited about that. But of course, as you can probably tell, it did get canceled. I was supposed to start it in June. Yeah, I was supposed to start it on June 1st. And in April, yeah, they were no, actually, we're just canceling the program. They didn't even want to do it remotely. They just full on canceled the program. So that was something. Unfortunately, that internship was really the only job prospect for my field that I had lined up for me. And you can say what you want about that, that's a dumb decision, you should have been more prepared. I tried my best. Like I said, in January I was not myself. I couldn't really focus on myself that much in January because I was dealing with so much emotional distress. So, yeah, I don't really know what to tell you. I'm sorry if I didn't try hard enough, because I definitely could have. But even if you think of it oh, you should have had another prospect lined up for you, that probably would have gotten canceled too. So, just so you know. Oh yeah, and then in May, I had a virtual graduation, because I couldn't go to an actual graduation, as you know. That was fine. I think my family tried really, their best to make it special for me and make me feel, important, and, I was still having a special day, and I definitely felt like it. I think they did a great job. It just still sucked because I don't know, it's something I had been looking forward to since my freshman year. It's like walking at graduation and then like getting congratulated by all my friends. Like that's something every college student like kind of works towards. It just kind of sucked to really not have that. Oh, I'm taking Spiced now. So then after graduation, I really kind of fell out of it. I didn't really know how else to act. I did feel like left behind, even though there's so many other people in my situation. Like it was, I knew I wasn't alone realistically, but I still felt very unaccomplished and just very like out of place, because my entire college career I had professors like in my ear like telling me like, oh, you're gonna do such great things, like you're so smart, you're very good at what you do, you're a very talented writer. I'm a journalism major, in case you didn't know. Up until graduation, and then after graduation I was applying, I must have applied for like over 30 jobs, like in digital media, journalism, social media, marketing, public relations. I must have applied to like over 30 positions. Heard back from none of them. And that was kind of, I think for anyone, you would lose steam doing that. It was really, really hard not to, just because like, it's just so disheartening to constantly be rejected like that. That kind of leads us to right now, where it's like, I have pretty much given up on my job search for like a job in my field for the time being. Not forever, obviously. I need to use my degree eventually, especially because I'm gonna have a lot of student loans. I've not given up entirely, but just for the time being, it's just not like my priority. My priority now has become making money so that when my student loan bills start coming, like I'm not scrambling looking for a job in my field still, when I can just get a part-time job and save up and then pay off my student loans and then move out. Like not altogether obviously, but just like be able to make a monthly payment. And it's just very, like, even talking about it, like, makes my chest hurt, because I really hate, like, having financial troubles. I really do. But I think that's just, you know, the state of what everyone is dealing with right now, if I'm being honest. Like, everyone's having some sort of financial trouble. Like, so many people lost their jobs due to this, or had to relocate due to this. That both of those happened to me technically, because I was supposed to be living in Albany and now I'm back at home. And I am glad though, because even though I did fail my driver's test the first time, I did pass in August, so I can drive now, which is great. That actually helps me a lot, and that was one of the good things that happened this year that really made me feel like more optimistic about my future. I applied for a position at a restaurant last week and I did not get it, which was very frustrating, and I know it's probably because I don't have any like hostess or serving experience. Well, I have serving experience, but not like food serving, you know what I mean? Like I was so not in a good place last week because of that. I knew that I bombed it because I had like stressed myself out beforehand. Like, so I wasn't completely surprised when I didn't get the position, but I was still like, you know, upset about it. I don't know. Is this how that's supposed to look? I don't think I'm doing this right. Oh well. So, in case you were wondering, yes, this video is a cry for help. I will link my resume in the description. If you are looking to hire someone with media training, communications, journalism training, I'm your girl. Please hire me. I also have training in public relations, and kind of like what I said earlier, my professors used to really like be in my ear about like, oh, you're gonna go really far really quickly. And that's also because, like, I studied abroad, I went to Korea, I learned a second language. I think I had an expectation for myself that, like, things were gonna happen so quickly for me. And because they didn't happen quickly, I feel like a failure. And I know I need to, like, not be so hard on myself in that way. 'Cause, like, everyone's dealing with this horrible situation. It's not just me. And I just kind of need to remind myself of that, because I think it's not good for me to, like, sit in my bed and wallow and feel like, oh, woe is me, you know, like, it's not productive. It doesn't help myself. But sometimes I just really can't help it. Like, last week was one of those weeks. I really couldn't help it. Like, I just wanted to lay down and do nothing and just, like, disappear. Like, I was so not happy. It's just, sometimes I just really can't find the motivation I need. I'm saying that in, like, a surprised way, because I'm usually not that type of person. Like, I've always been very organized. I've always been very on top of my shit. Like, I've always been, like, I'm an Aries. Like, I'm a very go-getter type of person. It's not really like me to just kind of sit and, like, accept the fact that I'm, like, a loser. I usually push myself really, really hard, and just lately it's been hard for me to, like, push myself like that. So I don't know. I know I'm not the only one, but it's very odd to see, like, such a change in, like, my personality just in this year, you know what I mean? But okay, so to do the, like, little pink thing she has on the lid, it's like a halo effect. I'm gonna be taking a concealer brush, I believe. Yes, concealer brush, right? Yeah, concealer brush, and then a little bit of the concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. Oh, I messed that up. Oh no! I'm not good at doing my makeup on the spot, so when I do these looks, I try to practice them before I film them, so I don't look like a doofus, but, like, I did not do that this time. I literally just went on Pinterest last night and was like, oh, that's pretty. And now look where we are. Alright, so back to my life situation. Yeah, I mean, as far as, like, my mental health and stuff goes, it's kind of what you would expect. I'm not doing, like, the best. Yeah, there's some weeks where I really feel like, wow, this is the worst I've felt, like, in years, which that's not a good feeling to have, ever. To do the pink, I'm gonna do this really light pink from the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I don't think that looks right, but that looks pretty. Yeah, so, as far as, like, my mental health, my anxiety is well managed, thank God. So I'm not dealing with terrible anxiety right now. I'm more so just dealing with, like, really bad, like, depression, I guess. Depression when you're an adult, like, really hits different than depression when you're in high school, because when I was in high school, I just didn't have, like, obviously didn't have as many responsibilities as I do now. Even though, like, at the time I was probably like, oh, this is so much, but, like, in retrospect, it's, like, it was probably just, like, an English assignment, but, like, now I'm, like, I have to find a job so I can pay off my student loans and my car insurance so that, you know, I can drive my car and I don't go into crippling debt and, like, ruin my own life. That's kind of, like, where I'm at with, like, myself right now, and it's just, like, a very overwhelming situation to be in. And don't get me wrong, I do have a good support system, which I'm extremely, extremely thankful for. I have friends and family who truly care about, like, my situation and my well-being and are trying their best to help me. I just feel bad for them sometimes because, like I said, sometimes I just can't, like, motivate myself, and that's the worst. It's really the worst part of it, because then I'm just like, I'm just, like, looking around at everyone who's trying to help me, and I just feel like I'm wasting everyone's time. I don't know how much more I can blend this. I don't know if it's gonna get better. There's, like, a really harsh line right there, but I think it's supposed to be kind of harsh, is it not? Oh, actually, I need to do it underneath, too. Alright, so I'm gonna put on my concealer under this eye. I'm doing them like one at a time. Even though, this year has been shit, like, obviously nothing is like all bad, you know what I mean? Like, there has been some good things. I've had some really fun experiences with my friends, like when we are able to hang out. And then even before quarantine started, like I had some really good times with like my friends then. And like I'm really thankful for stuff like that, because it gives me stuff to look back on and just kind of feel like 2020 wasn't a complete waste for me, because if I didn't have those moments, I would feel that way. Another thing that I'm really thankful for is freaking matcha. I'm drinking an instant matcha latte right now. Always thankful for her. And this is probably gonna sound like a little silly, but I'm actually very thankful for NCT this year because, well, besides the fact that some unsavory things have happened within the fandom and among some members, they did their Kick It promotions like right in the middle of freaking the pandemic. They did not stop. They said, pandemic, okay, we're still gonna promote though. We're still gonna go on music shows. Because the situation didn't get that bad over there, they were able to still promote, and it just gave me something to look forward to, like seeing them, like being able to just know that I'm gonna wake up in the morning and there's gonna be like a music show from like 127 or even Wavy. Like Wavy had a comeback. Taemin, I'm wearing my Taemin shirt right now. Taemin is currently like having a comeback, and so like although it's just K-pop and like obviously it's just only a small like facet of my interests and like my life, I'm saying that as if like I don't have a ton of posters behind me. That's like really embarrassing, but I swear to God, it's not like my only interest, I promise. But it's still like happening, and it gives me something to look forward to when, especially, and there's some weeks where I, honest to God, never knew how much I would need something like that. Like something that like a comeback, like it's like a planned scheduled event where it's like, okay, like they release a comeback schedule and they're like, this is gonna happen on this day, and like I can put it in my bullet journal, and I can like, I actually have something to put in my bullet journal, because most days I don't. Like most days I'm just like wake up, do exercises, shower, eat breakfast, eat lunch, waste time, go for a hike, go to sleep. And that's depressing. Like I kind of need more stimulation than that in my life. Although I am really lucky to live in a place where I can go outside, I can go hiking, I can like look at the sky and like smell the trees and whatever. I still need more, because I think my whole life I've just been very used to like go. Like I'm in this situation that a lot of other people are in, where it's like really hard to stop, and it's really hard to like realize that things are just out of your control. And I don't like that. I don't like when we're not about me. I don't like when I'm not in control of everything in my life. Like I'm very much not a control freak, I promise. I'm just particular, you know? I like things to happen when I want them to happen, and I've never experienced a situation like this year where things just full on don't happen. I'm not the type to get super over dramatic when like plans don't go as planned. Like I'm pretty good at going with the flow. Like I said, I'm not a control freak, I swear to God. I'm good at going with the flow, but this is not the flow. The flow has stopped, and that's why I'm like distressed, and like everyone else is too. I keep saying everyone else because I do want to remind myself and just, you know, like not sound like an asshole, like I'm only focusing on myself, even though I do think it's important for me to focus on like my own mental health a lot, but there's people around me that also need help too, and I try my best to be cognizant of that, but oftentimes like I just like I can't fill someone else's glass if my glass isn't full. You know what I mean? It's a balance. Like it's definitely a balance, and it's hard for me to recognize that sometimes, because I really feel bad, because I am fully aware that I'm not the only one struggling, but it's really hard when like you're struggling so much that you just can't help other people. Like, you can't reach out to your friends, you can't, some weeks, like last week, I literally couldn't text anyone back. I just couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to like text anyone. I was so just like, I wanted to be alone. I wanted to shut myself off. I wanted to just lay in my bed, and that's what I did. And it was just not, I know that's not good for me, but sometimes I think it just needs to happen. Because this week I do feel better. Yeah, I do feel better this week, but it does make me scared when stuff like that happens, because then I'm like, when's it gonna happen again, you know? I need therapy. I need to stop making YouTube videos, and I need to go to therapy, okay? Okay, so I went off camera and I finished my other eye. It looks like better on this side than it does on that side. I did the pink halo part like too long on this side, but whatever. I also did my brows. I've been doing soap brows recently. They look really crazy. Like I said before, I have not plucked them in a while, and I'm not going to for this video because I'm lazy. But I've been using, this is Trader Joe's oat and honey soap, I'm pretty sure. That's what I use for my brows. They look like really nuts. They usually don't look this bad. Whatever. I tried my best. Okay, so the last part of my makeup that I wanted to do for this is, oh yeah, the part that I did this look for. It's this blush palette. I really like this palette. It smells like candy. Like, it smells so, it's like one of the best smelling products I've ever tried so far. Yeah, it smells like hard candy, essentially. It's lovely. Yeah, these are blushes, these are highlights. I'm pretty sure, at least these are highlights on me. The first time I used this, I was not expecting it to be so pigmented, but it definitely is. Like, it's dork, so I'm gonna be careful. But I'm probably just gonna do apples in my cheeks and then over my nose bridge to do like kind of like any girl look, you know, as we do these days. But yeah, to kind of wrap up this video, I'm pretty sure I addressed most things that I wanted that I wanted to address, and most things that have been kind of like holding me back. Ultimately, I think I am my own worst enemy in this situation, but in the way that, like, I just need to realize that just because things aren't happening quickly doesn't mean that nothing's happening, and that this situation, and that's a lesson I've needed to learn my entire life, because I'm just, like I said before, I'm very much like a go, go, go type of person. Like, and just right now, things just kind of need to slow down, and there's really not that much I can do about that. Not much anyone can do about that, actually. I'm not gonna, like, be too harsh on myself for being upset, because I think a lot of people are upset right now, and that's a completely valid reaction to what's going on right now. Like, I don't know how you could not be some sort of distressed. Like, if you're not distressed in some way, then you clearly got some type of crazy, crazy type of privilege that... Can I have some, please? Give me your money, please. Open your wallet. My situation right now is I'm still applying for part-time work because, you know, this channel is just for fun. This channel does not pay the bills. So, and nor would I really want it to, because I cannot stick to a consistent upload schedule. We all know that. Oh my god, I like putting it right up my nose. But it smells good, at least. I'm lucky to have my own car. I'm lucky to, you know, I'm lucky to have the things I have. I have a family who supports me and are, you know, like, my parents let me live at home during this time, which is great. You know, I feel safe in my house. I have friends who really care about me and want the best for me and check in on me. Even though, like, I probably haven't been the best friend to them in a while, because like, I haven't been able to really be there for anyone like I want to. you know, I'm lucky to have the privileges that I do have in life, and it could be much worse, and I realize that, but I'm still like, why did I have to lose that internship? I do think sometimes, like, what would my life look like if COVID hadn't happened? And like, it's not productive to think like that, but I can't help it sometimes. Like, it just happens. I'm not sure which highlighter to use. This one? I think I'm going to use the bottom one because the top one is very gold. If you guys do need anyone to talk to, please just kind of sound off in the comment section if you want to, if you just want to put your story out there and what's been happening with you. Let this video be a place where you can talk openly about your situation, free of like judgment and stuff like that. I'm not gonna judge you. If anyone does judge you, I'll just delete the comment. But yeah, I think everyone could use like some compassion and someone to talk to. At least when I'm feeling really down, that's what I really want. I just like want to talk to someone who understands, or someone who is at least willing to just let me speak and like kind of rant and complain about things, because it helps. But then again, you need to just do that, like let it all out, and then kind of try to move on so that you can keep going. But see, that's the issue, isn't it? It's like, we can't really keep going. We're always stuck inside and constantly reminded of our own situation. So it is kind of like a toxic cycle. And it's just kind of difficult to figure out how to find happiness in the world when it's like this. Because I know for me specifically, like a lot of the things that make me happy are like going to cafes with my friends, or like going out with my friends, like going to bar and like having drinks or like whatever, like, and you can't do that stuff safely right now. Like, I mean, you technically can, but like it's not advised to really leave your house right now. So where's my lip? Oh, so yeah, I don't know, it's just it's tough. It's tough to kind of figure out how we should be fulfilling ourselves in this time. But for me, I really have been enjoying K-pop a lot more than I usually do. A lot of times I find myself saying like, oh, I'm just too busy to keep up with everything, but like I have nothing but time. So like I've recently been rewatching a bunch of wavy stuff that I like have not had the chance to watch, and I'm like loving it. So yeah, I mean, don't stress yourself out over like being too productive though, because I know that was a problem, at least at the beginning of quarantine. Like everyone was like, oh my god, you need to write a novel, you have so much time to yourself. Like, shut up. It's just not practical for everyone to come out of quarantine with like having known a new fucking language, you know, like some people are in distress, Marty. God. I don't know if my school's actually ever gonna give me a proper graduation too. Like, I think they're really busy worried about like the current semester, because like it just started at my old university. I don't know if I'll ever get a walk-in graduation. I would like to, but I know that's probably not like their priority right now. I get that, but I still feel like I don't like when we're not about me, you know? God. I'm just trying to layer these. Oh yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's really cute. Thank you, God. Whoa, that highlighter I put on a lot. I didn't even realize I put on that much. Wow, okay. I hope you understand now, like, why I have acne. That I hope is not taking away too. Actually, I don't like this lip color. It's not the right pink. I changed my mind. I don't like this. Hold on. I think I'm gonna use Fussy instead of pink, because this is like pink, but it's like It's Fussy Gloss Bomb by Fenty. And I'm going to put on a brown lip pencil because I think this look could use some definition in the bottom part of my face. But yeah, oh god, I can't talk and do this at the same time. I'm so sorry. So, that's the reason I have acne, is because I'm fucking stressed out a lot, like, constantly. And I'm really trying not to be, but sometimes you gotta just kind of realize, like, it's not possible to be positive all the time, but things will change. It's just kind of, it feels stupid to say that, because, like, you really don't know when things are gonna change, but you just gotta hold out hope that, like, they will change. Like, even I feel kind of silly sitting here being like, oh, it's fine, it'll get better, because, like, when the hell is that gonna be? It's just important. Regardless of, like, not knowing, it's important to remember that, like, especially if you're my age and, like, you just graduated, that, like, you have your whole life ahead of you. Although it may be, like, you know, there's people in your ear that are like, oh, like, you should be successful, like, right out of college, or you have this degree and these credentials, like, you need to do stuff with it now. It's just not possible right now, so it's kind of about, like, I hate saying this, but, like, managing expectations. Like, I feel like that's a really rude way to say something like that. You know. Ew, I make the ugliest face when I put on lipstick when I try to talk. Let me not talk for 1 second. Yeah, that works a lot better than the other. This color was making me look like a pink monster. Like, not in a cute way. Alrighty, so that is the finished look. Let me, like, take off my glasses. I'm sorry my hair looks, like, disgusting. It dried while I was filming this, so I'm pretty sure it looks nasty on top. But this is the look. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about sad shit. I'm so sorry. I really like to kind of just talk about my fun little frilly things on this channel, like my notebooks. But I don't know. I think it's good to have, like, a heart-to-heart chat every now and then, because if you are the type of person that feels really alone in this right now, especially if you're in my situation and you just graduated either high school or college or grad school and you feel so beaten down by just, you know, it's like, honestly, it's like, I feel unlucky, because I'm like, of all times to graduate, now? This happens now? Like, it really can make you feel like you've done something horrible in your past life to deserve this, if you believe in that stuff. But you're fine. It's completely out of your control, and my heart really goes out to you if you're in the situation that I'm in right now. And again, for me specifically, it could be much worse. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it sucks to kind of have such peril over your financial situation, and then, like, your future, and, like, oh my god, when am I gonna move out? Like, I just want to move out and get a dog. Like, things are just not that simple right now, unfortunately. But it's okay, because we will get through this. See, it's, like, hard for me to even say it. But we will get through this. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just that the tunnel is very dark and very long. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm afraid of the dark. I don't want to be in the tunnel anymore. No. Go stream Taemin's new song, 2 Kids. And also his new album is coming out. Oh god, I forget when. The teasers are coming out now, so it should be soon. It's coming out in September. I love you guys so much. Sorry this is very rambly. I really had absolutely no script when I was filming this. I kind of just, like, sat down and decided to mess up my face on camera. Thank you so much for watching and being here with me. Next week's video, I think I'm going to film a fashion video, which is exciting. I don't think I've ever done one before. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. But it'll be exciting. It's like a lookbook style thing. I'm not gonna spoil the theme, but, like, yay. So yeah, I mean, if you have nothing else to look forward to, you can look forward to that. Ew. Oh god, I feel bad for you if my uploads are the only thing you're looking forward to. I'm so sorry. But yeah, thank you for watching. I love you guys so, so much. Please stay safe and healthy. Stay in your house if you can. Check out the description for some social awareness stuff and some links and donations and whatever. Yeah, I will see you guys next week. I love you. Bye.